After the Beatles parted ways in 1969, John Lennon continued to explore his spirituality while promoting peace and love throughout the world. John often wrote and sang about peace, and he truly believed that if he were able to get people to listen to what he was saying, that his message of peace could change the world. In the early 1970s, Lennon finally decided that New York was the one place in the world where he wanted to settle down and raise a family. It was here that John's life was tragically ended by a disturbed fan, shot to death on the sidewalk in front of his apartment building. The Spirit Reader allows us to enter his realm. What follows is remarkable. We have traveled thousands of miles to find this man, the man who we have been told can communicate with John Lennon and channel his music from the spirit world to us through a sitar. Now, it appears he is about to do just that. He begins by praying or meditating for several minutes. Could he, at this moment, be contacting the spirit of John Lennon? Minutes later, he takes up the sitar that sits in front of him and begins to play. After he finishes playing, he begins to set words onto a scroll. Translation would be required in order to understand what the Guru had written. Did the Spirit Reader write lyrics from the other side onto this scroll? And the music, which seemed different from most Indian sitar music, could it be new music from the spirit world? 2 days later, with the scroll in hand, we are back in Delhi to have the words translated from Hindi to English at a certified translation service. Before long, we have a word-for-word English translation. Eager to analyze what we found, we return to Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, we have given the recording of the sitar music and the translated words to a well-known orchestrator and long-time follower of John Lennon, Brad Stanfield.
One of the reasons why I'm familiar with John Lennon's music is just from singing their songs since 1964 as they came out, and then performing them in bands, and I was just into the Beatles and all the production techniques, so the whole recording thing and playing the different instruments I learned from George Martin and his engineer Jeff Emmerich, and it just kind of spawned my reason to want to produce and write music and perform and sing. And I was in a couple of Beatle bands, and people say that I have sort of a likeness to John Lennon's voice, which I guess I picked up at a young age, and it kind of stuck with me. Melodically and rhythmically, the translated words would actually fit exactly the notes that the sitars played. And then everything worked rhythmically, and when I added the other instruments, it all came together, and it's a true representation of what came. And then I played the piano to that till it all fit, and then, you know, add guitar and bass, and basically a George Martin or early John Lennon kind of production. When I played the final arrangement back, or even as I was singing it, I almost couldn't believe that what I was hearing. It was like, am I actually recording into the microphone during the actual recording, or am I listening to it already before, as it was being done? It was very in the moment. You know, it just kind of, the whole spirit sort of filled the room and went into the music, and then playing it back, after the vocal was done, and really hearing the Lennon vibe and just the whole thing and the message of the song, especially in today's times, it just bowled me over. I couldn't believe it. In my opinion, professionally and personally, I feel that the song it's got a spirit of John Lennon in and all around it. And I think I would think that anybody that would hear it would probably agree. Certainly, I feel that he came through this song and probably would like to bring that message forth to, of peace, and hence the song title, Peace.